Hey guys, I'm Lee Morris with Fstoppers, and in today's video we're going to be talking about traveling to shoot a video and what gear we use to pack everything down so that we have everything we need in the smallest possible case. Let's first talk about storage. We use a Synology NAS box, and the reason why we bring this big heavy thing instead of a standard hard drive or a couple of hard drives is because this basically can act as a server and multiple computers can connect to this one box and we can edit footage at the same time with multiple laptops. This Synology drive has two hard drive bays in it. This is an older Synology box that only has a single Ethernet port out. The new version is the DS716 Plus 2. It's $450 without the bays, and the reason why specifically I'm excited about the new version is simply because it has two Ethernet ports in the back instead of one. So now, if Patrick and I are traveling alone and we don't have any more people with us, we can plug two laptops directly into the Synology box, and we don't have to deal with a switch or a router like we do now. Now, we're going up to New York and we're going to be filming some videos soon, and there's going to be 4 of us. So let's talk about what I have in these cases. First, let's start with my charging case. I'm very proud of this. You're probably gonna think this is pretty goofy, but basically what I've done is I've lined this crate with Velcro, and I've stuck everything down, all the chargers that we need. Instead of using the native GH5 battery chargers, which are huge, I've used these ones that I've gotten off Amazon called Numoa and then the Wasabi Power. They're the exact same thing. And these plug in with USB. I also then bought USB power stations for AA battery charging as well. As you can see, I have a power strip here, but then I have 2 different USB hubs, which allows us to charge all of these things off one hub, and then I have another one that's completely unused here. In the top here, I have Velcroed a little case that carries every possible USB cable that we could need so that we can still charge everything, and we can also plug into our laptop, and we won't have any issue with that. In this box, this is kind of for our server. Because we're gonna be traveling with multiple people, multiple laptops, we need to be able to plug the server into some sort of switch or router. In the past, I used a 5-port Giga switch, and that worked fine to keep everything plugged in through Ethernet. I now am using a TP-Link AC1750 router. This is a wireless router. It's one of the faster ones. The reason specifically that I chose this one was because it was small enough to fit in a case and still have power and stuff. I also purchased 2 or 3 of the most expensive routers on the market because I wanted to be able to test to see if we could get higher speeds connecting to the server wirelessly. And I'm happy to say, and kind of depressed to say, that all of them performed the exact same. At the max speed, we were able to get right around 45 megabytes per second. And when we wired in with a gigabit Ethernet cable, we're able to get around 110 megabytes per second. So we're at like 40% of the speed, but I have found that that is fast enough, certainly to transfer footage backwards and forwards. And it is fast enough to edit footage in some cases, especially if you're shooting 1080. If you're shooting 4K and you're trying to pull it off the server, you may struggle with that even with the cable without making proxies. But I like the option now that we can connect to the server wirelessly or wired. As you can see, I have another power strip which is stuck to Velcro on the top of this thing. I'm probably just gonna permanently leave this here. And then on the side here, I have a range of different USB to Ethernet adapters, which are also stuck down with Velcro. And of course, the reason why we need those is because the majority of laptops these days are too thin to have Ethernet. So we have to use these adapters, and I find them to be very unreliable. That's another reason why I'm kind of excited to go the wireless route, but we're not able to get the speeds, at least at this time, to compete with the wired connection. So I know what we do is pretty specific, and we're shooting with multiple cameras, and there might be multiple people editing on location, which is kind of weird. Most people edit weeks or months after actually filming. So I'm not sure how many people will actually be able to take advantage of all of this stuff that we've kind of figured out over time. But if you're the type of person who's shooting video and you want to be able to back stuff up, edit it, access it with multiple computers, I think this might be one of the best systems that we've found so far. It's still relatively small, it's easy to travel with, but you're also getting all the benefits of being back at a workstation and connecting to a major server. So I hope that has helped. Head over to fstoppers.com to check out more free content like this every single day, and head over to fstoppers.com/store to check out our premium photography tutorial.